Alright, what's the word, Cosmic Family? What's the word, y'all? Shit, Trap Avatar here, man. So, today I am going to be talking about Rashad Jamal, right? I know that we know who Rashad Jamal is, right? Basically one of, the spiritual leaders out here in the spiritual community and shit, who was basically just imprisoned on some statements and charges that his baby mama brought up against him, right? Now, I'm not saying that Rashad Jamal is innocent, but I'm also saying he's not guilty because, you know, in America, according to their system, you are innocent until proven guilty, right? And they don't necessarily have evidence against Rashad Jamal proving that he was, caught up in the charges that they allege that he was caught up in, right? But I do just want to tell his story from this perspective because Rashad Jamal is a reflection of us, right? Rashad Jamal is a African American man from, I believe, Chicago, right? From Georgia, right? So basically, just like every other, black man in America, we go through things in our lives that, you know, take us down certain paths, right? And for a lot of us, it's drugs. A lot of us, it's the streets, right? A lot of us, it's a combination of what we see in our community. We know that they only want to push the narrative of rappers, drug dealers, gangsters, and shit like that, right? But Rashad Jamal wasn't necessarily the real strict gangster nigga, but he also wasn't a real strict, what, straight to the books nigga too. He kind of like a balance of, education and the streets. Like he got street knowledge and he got book knowledge. Like a lot of us, African American shit, we got street knowledge, we got book knowledge type shit, because you have to know the streets and you have to also know the books, right? So basically, Rashad Jamal, just like us, being a reflection of us, ended up fucking with some low vibrational ass chick when he was in his, in his sleep era. Let's just say sleep era, meaning that, he didn't necessarily know the enemy that was against him up in this motherfucker. So he ain't know that, white people was necessarily out for him like they was. He didn't know that, this rap industry and this shit like that was really being pushed to keep us at this sleep state and shit. He didn't know that shit, right? Because he just like us. Like, look at him like a version of you. This is what he meant by saying that we are reflections of each other, because we truthfully are. We just seeing from different perspectives, right? We're one source consciousness, viewing the world or viewing itself from different perspectives, right? Like, I'm that fucking, tree over there, right? I'm just viewing myself through the perspective of Jalen, right? So basically, Rashad Jamal, got caught up in some criminal history and shit like that. And due to this criminal history that he had, due to the environment that we was put in, due to the system and the intentional, trap that they put us in, right? He fell victim to, the street life. He fell victim to, basically just his environment. And really, whenever you fall victim to your environment, shit, that's just a trap. That's why they call it the trap. That's why they call it the ghetto. That's why they call it the hood, right? Because it's like, it's the projects, right? It's a fucking trap. It's a project, right? We are just traps and we're just test subjects, right? So basically, with him being in that low vibrational state, he fell victim to his surrounding, some shit like that, right? And I'm only telling y'all this story so we can learn from him, right? Because Rashad Jamal isn't anyone but a version of us with enlightenment and with a huge following and fan base, right? Because truthfully, right, a black man with following A black man with a following, a black man with finances and resources is more dangerous than any fucking terrorist or, you know, terrorist group or anything like that. We more dangerous than ISIS, Al Qaeda, nigga, Bin Laden, all that motherfucking ass, because the black man, you know, is originally always the leader, the warrior of the fucking tribe of, you know, we're the indigenous people. We're the indigenous people, right? So Rashad Jamal was basically, if anything, he just fell victim to the traps that they had set around him. Rashad Jamal fell victim to the traps set around him. One of those traps are the women, right? You fuck with certain women, these women will be on that low vibrational shit. If women can't, you know, man, that's why I'm saying, that's why black men are so fucking important, because we really are leaders. And I'm not saying black women can't lead themselves, but a black woman cannot protect herself, right? Like, at the end of the motherfucking day, a white man is going to overpower a black woman simply because he is a man, right? A black woman, you know, just can't, like, I mean, we're her protectors. We're their protectors on some shit like that. That's why it's so imperative, man, for us to teach them, right? But it's like, at the same time, we gotta do better our fucking selves too. But it's like, it's almost like tit for tat. We gotta help each other. And that's what the white motherfucker want to keep us from doing, is helping each other. That's why the trap, or one of the traps, was the destruction of the black family. And that was a trap that was set back for us, nigga, you know, way before, you know, the rap industry or anything like that. Like, the destruction of the black family, that was a trap that was set back way before shit he was probably even born, type shit like that, right? So basically the traps that Rashad Jamal fell victim to was these low vibrational ass women. He fell victim to basically his criminal history, right? They can always use that shit against you at any given time, right? And he fell victim to the government. But the government is the one who orchestrated all this shit. The government was just the one that actually just came, or actually I wouldn't say the government, I say the police. He's a victim of the police and the justice system. He's a victim of his own, you know, black women, right? And he's a victim of his own criminal past, right? If we can learn from those three things, but still keep the good quality traits, then, you know, anybody can become influential. Anybody can become a motherfucking Rashad Jamal, right? Shit, if anything, Rashad Jamal was pushing this knowledge so heavily as he was because he know, in a way, man, he not perfect. And had he known this shit when he was 10 years old, you know, in his early 20s, he would not have went down the path that he went down, right? As simple as that. Ain't nobody motherfucking perfect in this motherfucking world, but let's not look at this man for, you know, his flaws. Let's look at him for the knowledge that he pushed, and let's take that shit and just do better. Like, simple as that. I feel like that somebody needs to hear that.